Little acceleration here. Still moves quick. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going over a modified Ford F-150 Platinum. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American Fork for giving me some time with this F-150. If you're looking for a new GMC or Buick or a really cool pre-owned vehicle, National GMC is the store to go to. Link to their inventory in the description down below. And yes, this Platinum is for sale if you guys are wondering. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. First off, we're going to talk about what's powering this truck. We have a twin turbo 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 400 horsepower and then 500 pound-feet of torque. Now we're going to focus on the modifications and then also the fact that this is, well, a Platinum, so it's a full-blown luxury truck. So you guys can see you do have some cool accenting from the Platinum package, including the trim here that goes around the grille, and then you've got the chrome tow hooks. And then you guys can see here with the rest of the front end. And you know, again, it just has that normal, you know, F-150 appearance, other than the fact you have these gigantic tires poking out either side. Now, if we pop over here to the tire and wheel setup on this Platinum, we have 37s, which look amazing on an F-150. 20-inch wheels, if you guys are wondering from a wheel size perspective. They're fuel wheels, so you guys can see that whole setup. I think they just perfectly match kind of like the overall theme of this particular truck. And then, of course, it's lifted. And you guys can see we have these adjustable shocks, right? So there's a little adjustment right there. And that's kind of what I want to focus on with today's video, is just how this rides with the 37s and with these adjustable shocks, and obviously the lift as well. Of course, you got your Platinum badge right here, and then notice more chrome trim. And if we take a few steps back, look at the side profile on this truck. Just looks absolutely killer. And then popping to the rear, you can see again with the shock setup, and then notice right there with the adjustability on that. And if you guys are wondering, basically what that does is it makes it so the shocks are going to give you a firmer or softer ride quality. So like if you're off-road, right, you're going to want it to be softer so you can go over bumps and everything. But then when you're on-road, you're going to want it to be a little bit firmer so you don't have a crazy amount of body roll and all of that. Still have leaf springs in the back because again, it's a regular F-150. Not a regular one, it's Platinum, but you guys get what I'm saying. This has the FX4 package, which is very important. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And then here is the rear of the truck. And then notice here with the giant Platinum plaque. But again, look at the negative offset here with the truck. Looks really cool. This is definitely one of the F-150 builds that I'd say is probably my favorite, more favorite F-150 builds that I've reviewed on the channel. And then, look at this. Power side steps. And then here's the door panel. So with the Platinum, really nice material use with the leather and then the Alcantara. And then you have these really nice leather seats here. Again, full-blown luxury interior. Heated seats for the back passengers. Got vents, charging ports, rubber floor mats if you ever take this off-road. And then popping to the front. Same thing with the door panel. Really nice material use. This is a lot nicer than what you get in the Raptor from a material use perspective. And you guys can see the wood trim there. Blind spot memory with the mirrors. And then same with the front seats. These seats are a lot softer than what you get with the Raptor seats. And then you can see with the power adjustments on the side, Platinum logo. And then if we pop in, pretty easy actually with the side steps. Look at that. So here's the steering wheel. You guys can see with the leather trim around. Another Platinum logo. And then look at the wood trim. And then really nice padding here on the dash as well. And something I want to show you guys. Camera system still functions perfectly well. And it does have, this one does have the 360 camera system if you guys are wondering. So like if I turn that off, it's beeping at me because I have the door open if you guys are wondering. So you got that full 360 camera view. Notice you can see the tire there because of the door being open. It's just kind of funny. And then look at like the trim on the glove box, right? And the shifter, and then here the center console. Again, this is a Platinum ultimately. This does have a panoramic sunroof. So the point that I'm trying to make is you have all the nice luxury features with this truck. And again, you've got the crazy tire and wheel setup and lift and everything that would give you quite a bit of off-road capability. But anyways, with that being said, we're gonna shut it off quickly. Let's get some things up with a quick walk around. Again, like I said, I wanted to focus on the driving with this truck to see how it drives. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about how this truck looks, and if you want the most up-to-date price, check out National GMC's website in the description down below. Let's get into the driving. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors are still blind spot monitoring. Then throughout the rest of the rear, and let's set off. Setting off in this modified F-150 Platinum, and this is actually pretty exciting because I've driven so many trucks, F-150s in specific, that have been lifted and all that kind of stuff recently, and so I don't know, I just think that this build being a little bit different than the other ones will be kind of interesting to drive, because most of the F-150s that I've reviewed that have been lifted usually only have 35s, not 37s like this, and a lot of the times they don't have adjustable shocks like this, and so I don't know, it's gonna be kind of like a unique experience for me, in my opinion. So first off, I didn't change the shock settings at all, I just left it to what they have it set at. Now I do feel a little bit through the tires. That is definitely something to kind of consider with this truck. With the mud terrain tires, you are going to feel a little bit more. Dampening's really good though. Gets up and moves. So yeah, if you for some reason, you know, didn't want the cool look of these mud terrain tires and wanted a little bit of a smoother ride quality, switch to all-terrain tires, 37s, all-terrain tires, and it would be a little bit smoother from a ride quality perspective. And I picked this road on purpose because nobody ever drives down this road. And so we're not gonna have to deal with traffic or anything. So we're gonna turn down here because we're gonna turn around actually. I wanna see what the turning radius is on this truck. And of course we're getting acceleration too. Use kind of this little circle. Okay, we're gonna pretend like the circle's smaller than it is. We're just gonna do a tight turn. And no rubbing or anything, that's good. Turning radius is actually not too bad for how crazy large this truck is with the tire and wheel setup. Okay, we're gonna get a little acceleration here. Still moves quick. It's torquey. Got quite a bit of power from that V6 EcoBoost. So that is not an issue whatsoever. Yeah, this is a solid setup, actually. Seats are so comfortable, and because this is a Platinum, I can get a massage while I'm driving. Look at this, guys. Boom! You can't get a massage in a Raptor, just saying. So yeah, that'll get me to kind of starting to sum things up here with this Platinum F-150 with all the modifications that it has. I really like the dampening with these shocks. So first off, I love the looks of this truck. The whole setup with the 37s and the 20s, I think it looks great. It's just a beautiful, beautiful truck. And then, you know, from an interior perspective, the Platinum's super nice. You guys know I own a Gen 3 Raptor, and this interior just blows the Raptor interior out of the water. The dash is the same, but like this wood trim down here and the trim on the side of the door panel and on the armrest and everything is a lot nicer in the Platinum than it is in the Raptor. So it just feels like a big upgrade. And then from a driving perspective, okay, here's the deal. So yeah, the mud terrain tires, they do kind of make the ride quality a little bit rougher, but that's an easy fix. Just go to, you know, all-terrain tires. Aside from tires, the suspension and shocks are really solid. This still drives smooth. This is a comfortable truck. And if you know, having adjustable shocks, if you want it to be smoother than this, just adjust it to a smoother setting than what this is set at right now. And I really like that, right? The adjustability. Now, obviously this isn't live valve like the Raptor. You actually have to go and manually adjust it yourself. So there is a big difference there. But here's the deal. Most people don't ever take their Raptors off-road. And, you know, someone buying this truck probably isn't going to take this off-road either, even though this would do quite well some crawling and everything. That being said, this has a lot more road presence than a Raptor because it's substantially taller. You guys saw I just drove by my TRX and this like towers over the TRX. So you've got tons of road presence with this truck. And, you know, you've got massaging seats, like it's so comfortable. And from a ride quality perspective, it's actually really comfortable. Now I will say this is more similar to like a Gen 2 Raptor from a ride quality perspective than a Gen 3, because this has leaf springs still. The Gen 2 has leaf springs, whereas the Gen 3 has coil suspension. But that aside, really solid setup. And if you basically wanted, you know, the amount of attention you'd get in like a Raptor, right, from an aesthetic perspective, and not the same driving experience, but a close driving experience, this Platinum gives it to you, and you get more luxury features than what you get in a Raptor. So let me know what you guys think of it. I think this truck's awesome. It's kind of like a luxury Raptor, and there you go. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this modified F-150 Platinum. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to National GMC for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.